How are you doing, guys? How are things going with you? How art thou? So, first off, I'm begging every day for somebody to take accountability and confess that the pharmacological abuse was nefarious. So, I'm begging every day for somebody to take accountability and to confess the pharmacological abuse was nefarious and premeditated. They don't confess, though. They deny that it's true and yell at me. So maybe I need to accept nobody was a monster behind a mask. Nobody was a sadistic deceiver. Maybe I need to accept the reason no one confesses is there is literally nothing for them to confess to. Everything is face value. So keep that in mind. I'm begging for them to confess, but the reason they don't confess is there's nothing for them to confess to. So that's what I have to keep in mind here. What's going on, Pete? How are you doing? It sounds like you're already into the catch it, check it, change it process on this one. Yes. I'm trying to tell myself nobody did it to me. Nobody pharmacologically abused me with nefarious, premeditated intentions. He says, that's awesome. Proud of you. Yes, fight it off. Fight it off. I'm looking for honesty, transparency. I'm looking for the God's honest truth, no matter how bad it might be. But I think they are telling me the truth. They are telling me the truth. So there's nothing for them to confess to. So that, just move on. Just move on here, you know? Pizza is exactly. Exactly. There's nothing for them to confess to. So just move on. This is healthy. This is what we like to see. All right, guys. Hey, TV. I was just fighting off a tsunami. I was just fighting off thinking that the pharmacological abuse was premeditated. And I'm trying to tell myself nobody did it to me. And catch it, end it. Nobody had nefarious intentions. Jim says, glad you were able to fight it off. Catch it, check it, change it. CCC. Do I know what brings them on? That's a good question. Usually emotion, usually a fight with my mother, or sometimes caffeine can do it. Sometimes the adrenaline at the gym can do it. Sometimes fear can do it. Fear, anxiety can do it. Usually high emotion, things that make my emotion get high. And my mind goes haywire and I get sadistic persecutor delusions. That's usually what causes it. He says, then you need to cut caffeine out of your life. Well, I need to cut maybe cut it in half, maybe have less caffeine. Have I ever tried playing chess? I know how to play chess. I've played a few games, but I'm not very good at it. I know how the pieces move. You could probably beat me in 2 or 3 moves. I mean, I basically know how all the pieces move. I know the general idea of chess. But if you're an expert chess player, you could definitely beat me in just 2 or 3 moves. You know, Dead Cops says he got seizures and had to limit his caffeine intake because it can mess with him and cause seizures. It's not a hard thing to do, man. Yeah, I think it could be the coffee. I think it could be the coffee that's doing it. Maybe I need to cut coffee. There's this caffeine is way more rough on your body than people realize. Especially if you do it in high amounts, you know? It's a very good point. Have I ever considered learning how to meditate? That might be calming and soothing. That might be a good idea. Somebody says, Andrew with a nice yoga meditation routine would be alpha, man. It would be Chad. Yeah, man. So I got my social worker at 2:30. What are coffee enemas, Erie? What are coffee enemas? Erie says they're really good for you. I'll tell Samantha, the social worker, how I went to the tap room. She'll be proud of me because I think she's the one who suggested that. I'll say I went to the tap room and she'll say, "Wow." Somebody says coffee enemas is where you put the coffee where the sun don't shine. Oh yeah, that's a bad idea, Erie. Somebody says it makes you absorb the caffeine. Does it really? Do coffee enemas really make you absorb the caffeine more? I'm not going to be shooting caffeine where the sun don't shine. That seems like a bad idea. You're better off drinking it, though. It might be good for the acid reflux. It might be good for the throat problems to do coffee enemas. But then again, it might cause, rectal issues. Somebody says putting something where the sun don't shine gets the blood to the brain faster than oral. Is this true, or are you guys trolling me? Or is this true? I'm not about to start injecting coffee up my buttocks. That sounds like a bad idea. Might be good for the throat in the EOE though. Maybe just go back to caffeine pills. Somebody asks, "Do you own a funnel? Start pouring coffee up your buttocks. Get a coffee enema." Erie, this sounds like a terrible idea. Rusty says coffee enemas are a real thing. It's called buttocks chugging. Wow, I didn't know that. Now I do. Now I know coffee enemas are a real thing. I don't think I'm going to do it, but it's a real thing. Somebody says you just need a funnel and some Vaseline and start pouring coffee up your buttocks. This I don't know why. I mean, I don't know what the adverse side effects to doing this are going to be, but I get bad acid reflux from the coffee, drinking it orally. So if I start dumping coffee up my buttocks, I don't know what the adverse side effects are going to be, but something tells me I'm going to start excreting blood, with the fecal matter. So I don't think this is a good idea. I think this is bad. I think this is bad. Somebody says the androids belong in the psychiatric hospital. Somebody says you don't need any stimulants. What would my mother think if she walked in to me funneling coffee up my buttocks? Yeah, it would be quite the scene. She'd be like, "What the hell is he doing?" I'd say, "Ma, I get bad EOE. I get bad acid reflux." No, she definitely wouldn't be proud. She'd probably threaten to put me in the psych ward. She'd probably threaten to lock me away. She says, I wonder how many people in the psychiatric hospital are there for coffee enema addictions. Probably not too many of them. She says, my mother might help me if I ask. Well, my mother can't have caffeine because of her heart. Just a little bit of caffeine could give her a heart attack, so she wouldn't be too fond of it. She'd be like, Andrew, stop funneling coffee up your buttocks. Somebody says it would result in a grippy sock vacation for sure, a trip to the psychiatric hospital. That would be a mega regimen of caffeine. Have I tried applying antibiotic caffeine to the cysts? No, I haven't tried that, Erie. I haven't tried that. Have I ever heard of galaxy gas? No, what? I've never heard of galaxy gas. What is that? Flavored whipped cream chargers and dispensers. I don't know what that means. What is galaxy gas? It's nitrous oxide. It's kind of like laughing gas. It gets you high for 15 seconds, but does crazy brain damage. Yeah, that's bad. That seems like a bad idea, guys. Bad idea! Bad idea! Bad idea! Does it cause more brain damage than the mega regimen of psychiatric medications that my mom had Dr. Copland prescribe? Erie says, I heard Deborah's on Galaxy Gas now. Really sad. Somebody says, yes, it does more brain damage than the psych meds. Okay, good. I guess it's a good thing I'm not doing Galaxy Gas then. So I got the social worker at 2:30. I'll be going in a moment or two. And I'll see what Samantha, the social worker, has to say today. I mean, how long is my session? 45 minutes to an hour. Should I get some tangerine beef afterwards from... Ask her about meditation seriously, they say. Seriously, ask her about meditation. Tangerine beef is a delicious treat from a Chinese restaurant. Samantha, the social worker. I'm about to go to Samantha, the social worker. Have I tried pig's feet? No. All right, guys. I think I'm going to get going. It was nice chatting with everybody. I'll be back later today, I'm sure. Or maybe not. Peace out, amigos and amigas. Thank you. They say, see you later, skater. Adios, amigos and amigas. Later, my dude. Peace out.